All right, and we're live. Jet Shelley, thank you for being the first one here this morning. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Lady Merlina, second person in the building. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery driver, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to our medical personnel. I realized I wasn't even shouting them out. Shout out to our medical personnel in all sectors of that field. Shout out to our law enforcement personnel in all sectors of that field. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. And shout out to my brother Troy Starts Trucking Vlogs on YouTube. Please continue to go over to Troy's channel and support that channel and help that brother to continue to grow. Big up on yourself. Thank you for being here this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Another Monday morning. It's money making Mondays. It's motivational Mondays. It's all those good things, not manic Monday. All right. Let's get the mindset right so we can go out into the world and do what we have to do. All going through it. Hear what? Have a lot of things on the board for us this morning, right? Have some mint tea in my cup this morning, and we're going to talk. But first, I'm going to big up some people. Before we do that, though, the board is kind of very not organized this morning, so bear with me. Just like how most of us are on a typical Monday morning, you're a bit disheveled as you make your way back to your routine for the week, right? So I'm no different. Regular life took place over the weekend, and then back to this on Monday morning. So my thing kind of mix up, but we're going to work it out. Couple of things on the board this morning. Mother of the autistic 9-year-old child. There's something going on with her as far as law enforcement goes, and I'm going to update you on that one. For those of you who don't know, carjacking took place, which we covered before in Jamaica, and the victim in that carjacking was a 9-year-old autistic boy. So we're going to talk about that one and what's going on with the mom, as well as what is being said out there. And if it's a rumor, I will let you know that it's a rumor and it's not what was officially reported from credible sources, right? Streets are talk. Then we're going to talk about the New York City Burger King shooter that killed that 19-year-old Puerto Rican girl that just moved to the U.S. and was working at Burger King. The same youth who used to work at the Burger King, we covered that. But I'm going to talk more along the lines of how shameful it was. How we do the video, right? So we cover these topics, and when I do the videos, as y'all can see, I'm not on the video. It's just like a slide, and you hear my voice behind the screen. But then we get to talk about it with each other. So that one, which I found very shameful, even though some people are saying he didn't shame Jamaica, he shamed himself. Me a Jamaican, me know how me feel. Anytime anything happen anywhere in the world with our people and it comes back to us, especially when overseas media carries it as a Jamaican, and that's the leading headline, right? Because that stuff rolls, like in the military, we say shit rolls downhill. That stuff rolls downhill for all the rest of us. So me feel a way about it. So I'm going to talk about that one. And there's a story on the father of the missing teen. Remember the 15-year-old girl that got found dead in the man bed that is 25 years old. Both of them were killed in a shootout that happened, not a shootout. They kicked the door in and killed them in there. The girl was missing. She was a missing teen, a runaway, and that is how she was found. We have a scenario to that story that, again, streets are talking, not factual as in vetted information from a trusted source. All right. 2 main suspects in the Haitian president assassination now found in Jamaica. 2 so far. That's kind of, I want to touch on that a little bit. I told you a couple of days ago, I said Jamaica has 37 murders in the first 8 days of Jamaica. In the first 8 days of the new year, 2022, in the first days of Jamaica. It's Monday morning, and bear with me. I haven't even taken my first sip of tea yet. And I haven't big up everybody yet. I'm just running through what we are going to talk about. It's a 1 hour and 30-minute show. So this should take up everything. Told you a few days ago, which was about 8 days ago, that we have 37 murders in the first 8 days. All right, fast forward 8 more days. Hear this: 79 murders in 16 days. Somebody said it's gonna get better. Somebody said it'll get worse. I mean, said it get worse and worse. 79 in 16 days. So we are going. We're not on a good start for this new year. These are record numbers that should be alarming to anybody. We soon reach that one. And of course, if we get to this, there's a dear SouFlo, I'm leaving my wife. I'm leaving my wife because we're gonna talk about the one day. And then my strip down video is not a go-go video. It's not a revert. It's not me auditioning for a stripper job. You know, them said me was a stripper, so I'm not going back to my old trade. That's not what's going on. What's going on is, for those of you who are going to be following on this journey, is a fitness thing. So, you know, we're tired of shaming ourselves with our own body. Some of us are quite comfortable and some are not. You know, when you don't even look in the mirror no more, you don't even admire yourself no more because you're like, man, I'm out of shape and I gained a whole lot of weight and I don't feel how I'm supposed to feel or look how I'm supposed to look. So I'm going to change that and lead by example. And it was inspired by seeing Will Smith himself do it, where he stripped down for the camera and showed, and then now he's under construction. So this is supposed to be a 6 months journey because we want to have the best 2022, the best summer ever should be 2022 summer, right? And that's where we're at with it. So today at midday, I will do a premiere and release that video. I don't know if YouTube are gonna block it or not block it, but censor it, as in put a child age restriction on the video, because they do that sometimes. You know, maybe you take off your clothes and something is poking out and them say it look too sexually suggestive or whatever. They put a thing on it where you have to sign in and it's only adults only. I've seen them miss that on videos that I think should have that, but I'm just trying to be careful. So I'm probably going to censor it myself. So you will probably have to sign into YouTube to see it. Those type of videos don't normally get a lot of views because and interaction because people them no want sign in. Just a simple sign in, they'll be like, just scroll on to our next video. Just scroll on to another video. So for those of you who want to see it, can't see it, is because it's age restricted. So just sign into YouTube. All right. Big up some people this morning and interact. Jet Shelley, of course, first one here again. Thank you, Jet Shelley. I appreciate you greatly. Lady Merlina following right up. I appreciate you greatly. Tracy Champion is in the building this morning. Great goodies is here this morning. Latoya BSNRN is here this morning. Put some respect on it. Lashana Alexander is in the building this morning. Denzel Gale is here. Lovely Anika is here. Mystic Lion is here. Junior Lee. I'ma Inspire. Good morning. Is in the building this morning. Marie Murray is here. King Biggs, Wagwan fam. Mr. Article Dan is here. Nurse James, good morning. VB721 is here. Lisa Watkins is here. Rika Lou is in the building. Wayne Nathan is here. Christopher Vibes Rum there. Sexy Body there. Lauren and Lawrence there. New Haven, Connecticut is here, and Roshane Byfield is also here. Rantan 14 there. And Dre Bell. Big up on yourself. And who I didn't call out, you already know how it goes. Craig Bailey, I see you. I see you. Who I did call out, you know how it goes. The phone lines are open this morning for whoever wants to call in. The number is 1806. I'm going to put it up one time right now. 1806-587-8953. And feel free to call in anytime you want to. And make sure that your device is turned down when you call, so I'm not echoing in the background and we can hear you clearly. Because if you have an opinion, I want you to share with the family. All right? All right. So that's all we did. Which one are we going to start out talking about this morning? Let me scroll back to the bottom of this comment section. You know. Let me see. June O'Brien, I just saw that donation. I appreciate you greatly. Thank you so much. Hello, first time live. Sister Naomi, thank you for being here. If the ride gets a little rough, it's not your style, then, you know, exit stage left, but it's all love. And I try to keep it clean as possible and them thing there. Dorothy Rose Green says they need to find the person who done that evil, charge him for murder. They must take these people out of society. And now the prime minister was not born to be a leader. No, sir. He can't handle it. Why? There's a big thing going on right now. You know, a lot of people are defending the prime minister. The prime minister actually came out and said, because a lot of people are saying what I've been saying, that Harsh Chang uh, is not doing a good job. I don't know if he's not fit for the job. I'm not the person to say that, but he has demonstrated to me that he is not fit for that position. However, his boss, which is the prime minister, says he has all faith in him and they're coming up with a plan and they're going to get this thing right. But in the meantime, we will continue to do crazy numbers like the first 8 days, 37, and then 8 more days, and we're at 79. That's not a good look for Jamaica. 79 murders, fam, in the first 16 days of the year. Something ton up. Something ton up. Sean Carter says, whoever put JLP back in office, you know, no rascal sense. JLP in idiots, fam, them. You know, Sean, YouTube is very sensitive, and sometimes they catch some people comments, and sometimes they don't catch some people comments. So you will see somebody else curse, right? In them comment, and you feel like, yo, I'm gonna express myself the same way. And YouTube just block your comment. I think that's what they just did to yours. They privatized your comment. I can see it, but the audience can't see it. All right. So you see, if you keep it clean, you can get your point across without YouTube having to block it, because they have special blockers. YouTube is trying to clean up itself, of course, to attract and do business with more corporate entities. And, you know, nobody don't really want itch them brand to F this and F that and that kind of something, that vibes there. Chang is the PM for those who don't know. He calls the real shots. Andrew is just the face. Do some research. Rotted. I heard that talk before. Because time people were saying, yo, China is going to take over Jamaica. I did a video that said it's not going to be a soldiers landing boots on the ground take over Jamaica. It's going to be a covert thing. It's going to happen so subtly that we will find people who are Chinese or of Chinese descent that are more aligned with the agenda of China doing business in Jamaica than they are aligned with Jamaica being a better Jamaica for Jamaicans. So when we start seeing them in those positions, just know that is what is going on. They will come in, even stay long enough to get married, and just like they're doing in Africa now, a lot of these business Chinese men are having African women, you know, with mixed babies, because in some of these African countries, you can't do no investment there if you are not a citizen there. And the Chinese are like, hey, well, okay, get black woman, make babies, that kind of thing. So that's going on, and I said that that's what it was going to be. So here's Chang, and enough people say, no, SouFlo, Chang different. A long time them there Jamaica. Jamaica and born and grow and all these things. Yeah. One thing I know is ancestral lineage is a big thing to certain people. Read between the lines. No. Ancestral lineage is a big thing to certain people, and they will always put everything else and anyone else over it, right? A good way for me to tell if that's what it is, you're there at Jamaica for how long? You go to school, you grow up there, yeah? You still ended up with the same type of people that are like you, right? Which tells me a lot behind the scenes. Like, you don't bring no other in here, you know, this is what it is. You're gonna, so, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at things, but it's okay to look at things other than how everybody else look at things. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you see things that some people don't, that others don't see. See? We don't want no more PMP and JLP. Let us look into the UIC for the people. Listen, I keep saying it. Before I start this topic, I'm just gonna run off into the topics because there's so many of them here, and I'm probably gonna be blabbing on extensively on all of them. Before I say all that though, let me say this. I'm gonna say it again. The UIC is too silent. The UIC is too silent. They don't have that it would take to see them seat a prime minister. I'm just saying. But okay. All right, so Off our topic board now. I'm going to start off with the 9-year-old. Yes, the mother. I see Tracy Champion says, yes, start off with that one. SouFlo, please do an interview with UIC. I will reach out again. I'm very busy as well as I'm sure they're very busy, but I will reach out again. I'm trying to get to it. All right. May I try to get to it? And I really want to do another one, a follow up, because this time we can talk deeper than the one he did before, where he basically just told us about what their agenda was. They've been on SouFLoTV before. Mr. Patterson has been on here before and spoke to the audience. We did a live with him. Couldn't go FaceTime because something did wrong with my phone, but we did the vocal thing, and he explained what the UIC stood for and all this. But this time we can go deeper, right? And I can actually say more now. Like, you guys are too quiet. If you're actually trying to, this is a stir up. So if you're going to stir something up, you can't stir it up silently. It's going to take forever, and you have to go and make a wave kind of thing. China zero COVID policy, get ready for the high prices and shortage. Inflation is now pushing the poor and savers nowhere to hide. Bubblers everywhere, bubbles everywhere. Boy, I sent 250 yesterday. I want to see some billboards. I think you're so wrong about the UIC. They have a very good chance of being voted in to govern the country. Rosemary King. Okay. And I mean, you think I'm wrong, right? But are you Jamaican? Or if you're Jamaican, right? Don't let this pass you. If you're Jamaican, you understand that our politics is closely tied to entertainment. Walk with me. Our politics is closely tied to entertainment. So if how should I say it now? You see how you have to be trending. Let's put it that way. JLP PNP has been trending in Jamaica for a long time. The UIC is not trending. You have to be trending because that's the way the world is now. People want to be on what's trending. The Right Honorable Andrew Holness understands how to trend. He does. See, when election time come around, you see him put on him clocks, and you see how him walk down the cheese off of the clock heel, and then him go buy new clocks, and him come on the thing again on Instagram and say, yeah, put up him new clocks and show it. And one of the most popular songs in Jamaica is from Vybz Kartel, away and Popcorn, away you get the new clocks there, daddy. And he put that in the headline as the caption, and then everybody else say, yo, I might PM this, you know. Yeah, and we can relate to him more than everybody else. And that's this world. President Obama understood the power of the internet and how to trend on social platforms and so on and so forth. And that's how he was able to capitalize on theme election and then got 2 terms, right? So the UIC for me is not trending, and that's an issue. That's just how I see things, though. I mean, I say you're wrong either. They probably do have a good chance, but they're not trending. If I talk to the average Jamaican right now and I said to them, yeah, are you aware of the UIC? In Jamaica, you know, we have the JLP and the PNP, but have you ever heard of the UIC? Most of them say, what? The who? I'm out here giving the feedback, right? So them can hear my feedback and use it if they want to, or ignore me if they want to. But if you're going to step into that level of power, you're going to have to be trending. See that? Roderick Shaw is here saying, what is a UIC? There are enough people here who don't know what it is, right? Chester K. Hutchinson says, I didn't know what that was. First time hearing about it. This is what I'm talking about. And you're going to get, now go beyond SouFLoTV platform, you're going to get hundreds and then thousands and then hundreds of thousands of people that are saying the same exact thing. They're echoing the same sentiment. The who? What? People not going to vote for you, follow you, vote for your policies and stand behind you or beside you if they don't know about you. So they're going to have to be trending. They have to go talk up more, get louder. Live on the air with SouFlo, good morning. I'm turn up my speaker then. All right.
Yeah, man, I get that.
All right, sir. Yeah, but up on the live show, I will go on with you. As far as the show goes.
Well, the truth show still every morning, you know, but with the topic where I touch upon with the UIs, the thing is, as I say, most Jamaicans not up to date with the fact that there's a third party. And as I say, that they're not trending.
Right.
They're really not trending. It's just, you know, here and there, you probably hear a little about them.
You can talk up some more because you talk clear. You're talking sense, and I want them to hear what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm actually driving. Coming from work.
Okay, well, you know why you're getting no problems for the
No
driving.
man.
Your Bluetooth. All right.
Yeah, man. So the thing is, they're not really trending, you know. So the average Jamaican don't really know much about the UIC.
That's what I tell them.
And what the thing with the UIC, you know, they could have a chance with politics in Jamaica, you know. But you know what will be the problem? You see what happened to we as Jamaican? We love Nyam Prayer, we love split things from hand to mouth.
Say
we don't really plan for the future. We only see as a Jamaican where we foot can step. We coming like we are locked behind a door, right? And not knowing that if you open the door, there is a possibility that there is many more opportunities somewhere out there. But we keep our mentality that we can't sit behind the door, so nothing will happen. And then we feel to move.
Let me go with the evil one we know already.
And
that is our us that.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing with we Jamaican. We not think to say, you know, say this thing will happen too long. And somebody, even one thing I really I don't understand. Even though the general party, I know do bad. Person still not look for the fact that in a distant city when say I do good. Continue with that or make time and continue the way I do.
Boy, brother, I wish you did can talk to it clearly, you know, because your thing coming like we're not receiving your message well. Because the sound effects, I mean, know you drive and thing, but if you could have found a better way to talk to it, because you talk up the things, but it's not coming through properly.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so may I say, the thing is how we don't look at the thing and say, if a person is well, we have to continue with that person. But the movement that person slip up, get rid of him.
Here what? I see enough people, I see a bunch of people saying stuff like the UIC will make it and give the UIC a chance. And I'm trying, listen, get to the hard truth and bottom line is that that's not going to do it. Asking people to give the UIC a chance or to say they're going to make it and priors and whatever is not going to do it. You have to be trending. Trending and entertainment is our politics. So they're closely intertwined.
That's the thing. They're not trending. I used to what happened in Jamaica when they have the election. Money. Jamaican people eat today, hungry tomorrow. And that's how we know how to the future.
The people must have been telling us to pull over the car, brother. That means we can't hear you good. So yeah, cause he's speaking for himself. Majority of Jamaicans I know work super hard. Some have 5 jobs. Well, Albert Bailey, you know, that's not no generalization still. We're not stroking everybody with one brush, I'm sure. Right? Because we know that some people work less and then some people work really hard. That's just how the mathematics pan out. So when we say stuff, we don't mean that every Jamaican is one way, but when we say that, like there are a lot of them that are like that, or it's culturally trending, right?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, you hear me though?
Yeah, may I hear you?
You hear me better?
Yeah.
No, the thing is, whoever said that, make that comment, I'm not giving for the general public.
Right.
But when you look at it and check the mentality of us Jamaicans, that's how we move with it. That's how we do it.
Right.
Because the other day, if you look at the election, you know, it was money, and money running at the election, you know. And the problem with the UIC, the fact that they can have a chance, what going to be their downfall is money.
Money.
Money is going to be their downfall. And the mindset of us Jamaican, if you can't do this to me, then now what to you.
Brother, you know what? Okay, for instance, right? You see now you talk money, check this out. It's just like say, let me give you an example. Me I do a charity thing over here, right? So we got Jamaica find an institution that need help in a community, a clinic, and where I say, all right, go to the clinic, write down everything that they need, take a list of their most needed things, come back and say to the audience, say, put $1 towards this, blah, blah, blah. You have a whole heap of people, right, that will say, yes, SouFlo, let's do it and everything. I'm gonna tell you, when the end of the day came down and all the donations came in, and me basically end up out my own pocket having to foot more than 70%, I would say, of that whole project. So we have a good talk. We talk enough. But if our money are going to do it, and the UIC is going to depend on the people to put their money behind them, then that's going to be one whole next issue. Because we talk good.
Issue. That definitely a big issue for them. That definitely going to be the big issue for them. And that thing we talk about the whole issue with getting stuff into Jamaica for the tourists. The other day, after a few of my we were thinking about the same thing. We're basically trying to get a few stuff done. And when we look at the roots and the hurdles that I have to jump to actually get this stuff, to just get company to do this stuff. But when I think about and see the amount that it will cost me,
right,
actually get it off the wall for Jamaica to put it into the whole system to benefit the general population, I don't see it makes sense. Because first of all, you're not getting help. You're not getting help. And the moment you keep certain things, it's just going to be less and you alone.
Exactly. 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 And I'm not trying to talk down the UIC efforts. I know they're out there and I know they're making strides towards that end goal. But I'm saying, I'm just putting in my 2 cents, my logical 2 cents, our constructive criticism then is that you need to be louder and you need to get trending.
Definitely.
All right.
They just can't sit down and just hear a piece about them here and a piece about them. They need to go there and let the people see them. Go and keep the gun running and let the people see them.
And use the power of social media more.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Because that's what actually taking
manners and respect, fam. Thank you.
Yeah, man. All right,
big up. Bless up.
All right.
Yeah, so see, he must say the same thing too. Now, well, I'm voting for them. Well, Jermaine Martin, good for you. We want more people though, you know, if that's gonna be the move, the thing. We want more people. Like somebody just said, well, since we're over here talking about them, why don't y'all just go over to their website and actually read and see what they're about? And that may I try to tell you, we're living in that kind of a world today. When you listen, when you say to people today, read this, they'll probably, most of them will be like, I'll wait for the video to come out. Like when people ask me or coordinate with me to do commercials and they're like, SouFlo, want to blow up a product here for me, put it on your platform, blah, blah, blah. I say, do you have pictures? Okay, them say, yes, I have pictures. Do you have video footage? No, I don't have no videos. You don't have no video, anything? Okay, so we'll create a video then as a part of that because people respond more to video. It's just the way how the world has changed, right? A couple generations back, people used to sit down and read. And they depended on their news and their updates and their education and everything through reading. Nowadays, people have fallen into, you have to present it to them and then you have to force feed it to them too. So you have to be in their face at all time. Everybody attention span short, right? This is studying human behavior. Come on now. This is what we have become. This is how majority, the masses of the people are. How many times you've seen something you're really interested in, you're like, boy, them take all the long right in there, get to the point. People tell me that all the time. You take so long to talk, just get to the point. I come for the story. Now the whole heap of something we are talk about surrounding it. So constructive criticism. UIC need to get loud if they're going to be a factor. Them need to get loud. They need to be all over social media way more. They need to be boots on the ground way more wherever it could be permitted. You know, COVID are going, restrictions, rules, and everything. But the place is kind of free up now way more than it was before. So I'm not seeing them out there, and people are saying the same thing I'm saying. Who? What? Never heard of them, right? So we are trying tell them, say, hit it hard, make whole heap of noise. The thing about the money thing is, before I go on to the mother of the autistic child, the thing about the money thing is this. I could see a party pulling an upset with people power, regardless of money there or not. But it would take a wave and a sway of a whole. It would have to be so decisive. Jamaica would have to actually unite more than anything else on the one thing that is, we've been having the same two thing for the longest. We're tired-eyed because we always get the same result. Make we try that new something here because they must say something different and whatever. And whoosh, everybody go behind that. You will see a change. Other than that, money is going to play a big part. And you know, who exist already have a whole heap of money to spend compared to who's coming in just now and all them things there. So that's where we're at with the UIC, right? That's where we're at with the UIC. N. Fry says, really listen to what he's saying. All right. We need to spend more time holding these two established parties accountable, and we need to put our energies into fixing what we have. That's true. But how long are we going to keep doing that and keep getting the same results? You know, legally, we need to use legalities to help us. Like through law, there can be another party established. So it's like being in a relationship and the thing that's a beat you down for years. I mean, how long you're going to stay there until you realize that you gave up the best 15 years of your life and you saw all the red flags all the way, but you just didn't know when to say, throw the towel in on this one. Something better is out there for us. See there, it's being presented, so let's try this and see. You know, I see them thing. Now, onto the story about the and we are still one that yes, we should try. Rosemary King says, SouFLo UIC are boots on the ground, and they are and have been going to all the parishes in Jamaica. Well, it's going to have to be a bigger movement, fam. It's going to have to be a bigger movement. I didn't say they're not doing those things. I said I'm not seeing them, and people aren't hearing about them like on a broader scale. Most people I talk to don't know who they are. Most people I talk to don't know who they are, right? And that's a big deal. So with Chan and his 79, come on, man, 79 murders in 16 days. If that don't scare the daylights out of you to think like, wow, what the, like, if that don't make you feel like, then I don't know. And I see people saying, why y'all idiots keep talking about Chan and wholeness, like Andrew and Chan can stop crime. This is not about stopping crime though, because we know them can't stop. I'm tired of explaining this to people, so I'm not going to explain it no more this morning. I'm going to give it a break, right? Hold them accountable to do what it is that they're supposed to do. That is what governments are there for. They govern. You know why them have governments is because, and law enforcement is because they already know that it is human nature to live freely and outside the confines of law and order. So when we can't do it, live on the air with SouFLo, good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo. How are you?
Loud and clear. Good morning. I'm doing well. And you?
Good, good.
All right.
You know the part that's frustrating?
Talk to me.
There are basic things they can do. Why, unless there's a reason why. Why can't they establish CCTV across the country? Drones throughout the cities at nighttime. Why can't they do something basic like that? Why can't they go at the sentencing guidelines? And if you kill somebody, you cut off their head, 15, 20 or 30, 50 years to life. Why can't they do something basic like that?
That's what I'm saying.
Why can't they do something basic like you commit a crime? Jail is not a party time. Hard labor. There's so much in the country that needs fixing. I said before, I have a cousin who there was a big pothole, and that pothole made his car run into a truck and kill him. You can get the prisoners then to do those things. Fix up the country. Since you've spent so much time tearing it down, now you're in jail. We use you to fix it. I just don't understand. It's so basic.
Yes, the solutions, right? The solutions are not that complicated, correct?
It's not that difficult.
Right.
They have the money, and if they don't have the money, they know wherever they go begging money, they can go and get the money.
Yep.
It's so basic. So what is the problem?
Watching them pay attention to everything else except for that, the heart of the problem or the heart of the matter. It's disheartening to watch, right? Because me and you are sitting back like, okay, so that means more. Did you see the story about the guy that's Jamaican that did the shooting at the Burger King in New York?
Yes, I did.
Do you see how CCTV worked that out for them?
Yes.
All right. I don't know when Jamaica is going to get on board with that, but we've been saying this now for 7 years, going on 7 years now, and they're not doing it.
I remember when I was younger, there were billboards, Kingfish. I remember seeing Kingfish billboard.
Right.
And I was sitting down the other day and I was like, man, what happened to that Kingfish program in Jamaica? I remember one time it was like a big Kingfish. So I was like, whatever happened to that? So I went back and looked and I saw an article from 2012 stating that they quietly closed the program. There was no explanation why. There was some American representative, I don't remember what he was, but he didn't know why. Nobody said why. They just closed the program quietly. And they had caught like 1,300 people and it was working. So right. What's the problem? And to me, it's like, okay.
The problem is it was working.
I look at wholeness and I'm like, there's no place on the planet where to fight crime, a head of state says that we need to do prayer and fasting. You cannot find it in any other nation. It's a con, okay? In the most religious of all the Taliban, they don't do prayer and fasting to get people in order.
Right.
They use force.
Right.
Policy. They have them policies, brute force. However, it's understood the law and lay of the land. So it's like a stalling tactic. So I wonder now, he's part of the Privy Council. Is it that he has been instructed to let Jamaica run to the dogs to the point where, because maybe England want Jamaica back as prime real estate or America wanted, let it run to the dogs to the point that when the topic of coming under British rule again, the people will beg for it because things are so bad? Is that what it is? Because I can't find the logic. You
know, you have a lot of people right now saying the same thing what you just said at the part where you said when it comes time, again, the people will start begging for to go under British rule or some other rule because what we're doing ain't working and it's bad. That's funny because that's exactly the sentiment that a lot of people are holding. People are saying right now that we should have never gone independent. We should have never had our own money. We should have stayed under the British. Now imagine that. Things are so bad that we are clamoring to go back under an oppressive regime.
Under slavery, under the slave master.
You're like, it is better in slavery than no, me want to go back on the plantation. And I'm like, wow, is that bad? But it is that bad.
Yeah.
It's that bad. 79 murders in 16 days.
And I wonder, like, the people doing the murders, they're like, yeah, 2020 come, yeah, we're going to tack it up. Yeah,
that's what they're doing.
Yeah. But, you know?
Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. Who can kill the more brawling and the most vicious way, and then how many can we get more than the guys over there? It's crazy. It's crazy.
And then they say, oh, we're going to come up with a plan. You mean after 6 years in power, now you're going to come up with a plan? I went on the government website to see, okay, what is their plan, right? When you go and look at their so-called crime for plan, I do fundraising for a living. So I write grants and help places get funding and all that kind of stuff. I evaluate programs and that kind of thing. So I know a bullshit, sorry, my friends, a BS program from a real like when you're really doing something that has metrics, that has substance. And when I look on the government website for what they say, it's the most broad, ambiguous language I have ever seen. In supporting our JCF and JDF, this basic language. It's like, well, what does that mean? Well, how are we measuring this? Well, what is the timeline? What does that look like? It's like going into a place and saying, yeah, we're going to fix up the community, uplifting communities. What does that mean? You are a government. You're supposed to have intelligent people who be able to write a plan that makes sense. What we call it smart, it's specific, it's measurable, it's attainable, and it's relatable and it's timely. That's what we call smart programmatic planning. They don't have anything like that on their website.
Wow.
And my mind is just blown.
I don't know. Doesn't it feel to you or look to you like somebody wants this to be like this?
Yes.
Right. And you know, for the longest I used to say no, but I'm starting to actually come out publicly and say, nah. After me following this for 7 years straight, obviously somebody wants this to be like this. Because the solutions, like you said before, they're not that complicated. Why aren't they getting to them?
I could run Jamaica.
Yes.
I could run Jamaica.
You could.
I don't get it.
I don't either.
And it's going to be to the point that the people on the ground are literally going to have to stand in front of Jamaica House day in, day out with placards. You know, the people are going to have to get galvanized on a level like pushing because they're on the ground to say, no, this is BS.
Yep.
You know, and really start to question them like, wholeness, are you working for the UK? You are part of, how are you supposed to be an independent country and you're part of Privy Council? What does that come with? What does that mean? Because these governments, what they said, they don't have permanent friends, they have permanent interests, right? So it's not a friendship. She's not your best friend. They're getting something out of it. What does you being on Privy Council? What does UK want in exchange? What are you giving them that provided you in that position? These are the questions people need to be asking.
Yes. Yes. I would definitely want to hear the answer to that too, directly from. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's all I have to say. I mean, it's just you're tired, you're frustrated, you're angry, you know, even me is just like, you know, growing up I had the chance to, you know, be in country, my grandparents' house, go to river and all those kind of things. And I'm terrified to take my kids and for them to experience those things.
Yep.
You know, because it's just like, how do you operate? It's so different.
Facts.
You know, so that's all I have to say.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Facts. Listen, man, it's 100 facts. Yes. Wayne Nathan, no punches held. She nailed it, and she does every time she call in. And like she said, she thinks she could run Jamaica, and me have to co-sign it and say, yeah, I think you could. But here's the thing, like she said, the solutions aren't that complicated. It's not. So it leaves you to wonder why. Why are they letting this happen the way it's happening? Because yes, Andrew Holness never took up no gun and put it personally in nobody's hand. He never tell this boy if he go shoot out the two people in face. He never tell this one if he go rob around this one that. So of course, no. But come on now. Govern. That's the word govern entails. Govern. The people have now govern themselves. Govern. Hey man, Nadia Douglas says you don't know if he did SouFLo, and honestly, I don't. I'm not swear for nobody, so because you never know. But I'm not going to imply that he did either, right? Because that can travel a long way and have its repercussions, so to speak. So watch this. Let's run through these really quickly. So the mother of the 9-year-old autistic child, that was that story there. I found the new details, the update to it, and when they describe how they found the little boy. Now, if you think a carjacking took place and you took the mom out, they abused her, physically abused her, got the car away from her, drove not too far away, killed the little boy. The update news to that from trusted news sources in Jamaica says he was, matter of fact, it's the loop. He was spread out. The car was found not too far away. Them take him out of the car, you know, spread him out on the back of the car, on the hood of the car, spread him out and bust him throat, cut liquor you throat, and leave him there. And that's how they found him. You have to think like, what kind of manner of rotted evil is this? What level of savagery is that? All right, the mother has been placed in protective custody. So that's the update on that. The mother has been placed in protective custody. There is a street talk out there, and you know me say street talk because I don't want nobody says SouFLoTV said that was from a trusted source. And street talk, the street talk says the child is autistic, the child required a lot of care, and she was burnt out and tired. She devised a way for the child to basically be out of her life for good so she can carry on with life, right? Uh, Holy horses, for those who think that this is impossible, I'm not saying that's what she did. I'm saying that's what people are saying. For those who think that that is impossible, I can pull up right now on YouTube multiple cases of this happening. I watched a video actually where a lady walked her teenage autistic, he was severely autistic on the spectrum, walked him into a pond, knowing that that pond had a sudden drop off in it. So you're walking at the pond, few feet out. Some of y'all might have seen it. Walking the pond, few feet out, and then you drop off. She also knows that he couldn't swim, and she didn't think there was a video. There was cameras from neighboring houses surrounding the pond. One of those cameras picked her up, and they played the video in court. And you could see the mom walking and interacting with him, and she encouraged him to get into the water, and she went in a few steps with him, encouraged him to get in some more, and he went too far in under her guidance. And you watch this mom do this. Watch him go in, and when he fell down in the water and he was starting to do the whole like when you're drowning, you need rescue. She walked away. She tried to go back. She walked away. She tried to go back. She did all this. And then she's walking away like this, crying. Right? End up being that was her case. She felt like she had been tied down for like 13, 14 years, and this looked like it was going to be a lifetime job for her. Not like everybody else's dream. Your child grows up and goes off to college and then starts a life of their own, or go off to work or trade school or whatever. They're meeting milestones and, graduate, married, do whatever they do. They're meeting milestones, not yours. You're going to have one from baby all through adulthood, and she couldn't take the pressure no more. Right? She didn't have any help, and all that is what she came out and said. So if y'all think that this is far-fetched, me not putting nothing past nobody. I'm not implying that that's what she did. I'm saying that that's what people are saying, and I'm saying I don't put nothing past nobody. Just like how just now I said, Andrew never put no gun in nobody's hand, and somebody immediately put in the comment section, SouFlo, you don't know if he never did. And I said, you're right. I don't know if he never did. I'm not with him 24/7, but I'm not going to put that out there like I'm implying that he might have or he did. Long-lasting implications from those kind of talk that I want to nip in the bud from the beginning, right? But it's just open reasoning. That ain't far-fetched at all. The whole situation seems funny to me still. It seems weird to me still. And this is not adding insult to injury or anything. Justice is what we would be seeking for this child. And in order to get that, we have to go get the most truth to be revealed in this situation. Yes, it looked weird. It looked weird. Somebody just jack you out your car. And if y'all see the area where it happened, jack you out your car, take you out your car, beat you up a little bit, drive away with your child, spread out your child on the back of your car and bust him throat and leave him there with the car. That doesn't sound like a random, unless there's just some socio-psychopathic killer out there who feels like today's like Silence of the Lamb. If you never see that movie, that like today I'm going to, unless at that, I feel like there's way more to this that is connected to the mom or the mom's family. Something in a something. This wasn't just no, and we can't just sweep these things under the rug. As hard as they are to talk about, we have to keep speaking about them and let them know that it's still ringing in people's ears. We have to get upon this. That was freaking atrocious. That was crazy, and it needs to be solved. Yeah. But the mom is now in protective custody. That sounds like gang-related family murder. I'll give you a scenario. It could be a simple extortion. When a man say, yo, you what, draw down upon you, and say, yo, the dance say want 50,000 a week. We talk Jamaican money, right? And you're like, which done? Me not pay no, me not pay no extortion money, no, not move from around here. And then walk away and say, all right, you not pay it. Okay, them go back to tell whoever send them, or it's them themselves. Them up the ante on you. Them come back and say, you have till Wednesday to make your first installment. If you don't, we're going to show you a lesson that you're not going to forget. But we still are going to leave you alive to make your installment. Yes? 50 grand a week, and that was said. Don't go around and talk. And walk or left you. Next thing you know is a situation like this. You're jacked out of your car, your child is throat bust spread up on the back of your car down the road, and you're left sitting there, right? Now you know so them serious. What are you going to do? Run with the police, go in protective custody, all these other things, if you can get away. Sometimes them will tell us that you can't run, run all you want to run. Remember, say you have other family member will left you. So yeah, we don't know the whole of them till they come back. Don't play with the thing. 50 grand a week, and that to say. It goes down like that. It goes down like that. Now that is hypothetically speaking and just feeling through. But it goes down like that. But the story about a mom being tired, don't want to carry on with this child because the child is demanding, with special needs issues, blah, blah, blah. I've seen that happen before too. It's wicked out there. I would love for them to figure out what the hell happened though, because doing a little 9-year-old child like that, and somebody who's autistic as well. Autistic doesn't really mean, I see somebody I say, oh God, and in them do that to like a sick picnic. Autistic doesn't really mean you're sick per se. The autistic spectrum is pretty broad, right? You have some people that are severely autistic, and then you have and low functioning, and then you have some people that are mid border, and then you have some people that are extremely high functioning on the other spectrum. And them are the one that will get like straight A in a school, still honor roll student. They might have issues where they like repeatedly do certain things to comfort themselves, or have a issue where with communicating with people, them not understand space. So if them really like you, they'll be like, hi, how you doing? Yes, my name is James. How old are you? Where you? And then write us upon you, you have to do like this. And then they misread people as well as they get older. So when you are trying to clear your space from them, they take it as a rebuff, like move from me, come off of me, like one to you, or you're weird. And then most of them become antisocial because they don't understand, right? Whatever part of your brain that makes you understand, okay, I'm going to talk to this person from a safe distance, right? Spit fly out of my mouth, it's not going to lick your face or nothing like that, and these kind of things. They don't understand that, so they'll be like this, but they're still high functioning. So there are different spectrums of it. I don't know where on the spectrum he was. Some people automatically hear the news and say, Jesus Christ, I want a sick picnic, and they think he's like, unable to communicate, unable to, severely challenged mentally or whatever. He might not have been. He might be on the high end of the spectrum. He might have been able to identify who just did this. And them like, yo, you have to get rid of him, dog. No, hurry up, come on, let's go. Me tell us that the youth I got in a car. Me tell us that the youth know you. You don't know what the hell happened over there, man. But not trying to rub salt in the wound again. And wherever the mom is, I hope she's safe, because I would be terrified. Something like this, you want to run her from Earth and you can't leave because you don't want a spaceship, right? So you have to stay here and deal with this. All right. Nakisha Bailey invited me. Nakisha Bailey, big up yourself. Michaela Anderson, thank you for being here. Your mind is a terrible thing to lose. Kevin Campbell. All right. So the father of the missing teen now. Remember the 15-year-old missing teen? She was missing. She took the time, she bleached out herself completely. And you remember we're following the trial for the Klansman Wandan gang trial. We're following the trial. We're not saying we know anything. That's not what we do on this platform. I gather all the information about what was said in court today, and I read them back for you. You know, in a court, them have, and everything must be recorded, right? That was spoken, not only recorded as in electronically recorded, but they still old school type out everything. Is a stenographer, old school type out everything still. That is transmitted over to news media houses who then put it to us or other trusted sources. So that we bring. In that, at the same thing I go on. Transcripts. Thank you. Transcripts. So we just go through the transcripts. In that, there's one witness who said this is how he got around and nobody recognized him. People who even know him good from him little, him walk right past them. Simply bleached out his skin. Bleach hand, foot, everything, bleach out his skin. You look for a black man and you see a red man. You know, you're like, no, me I look for you know, you're in one mind frame. So this 15-year-old, if y'all didn't know the story, she bleached out herself. She looked completely different because I seen her before picture and I saw her laying there on the bed with her head open, but her face, well, most of her face was still intact. And she looked nothing like what her dad would have been looking for. Oh, my daughter missing me. I try find her. Anybody see her? You see this picture right here? So look here. She this. You see her? She didn't look nothing like it. She didn't look nothing like it. Hear the backstory now. Not backstory. Again, Streets Attack. Streets Attack says the father of the missing teen is actually the person that paid somebody to go up there, which part him daughter to the death. Him talk to the youth there before, and the youth bad him up. So you bad me up, and you have me little underage picnic up at your yard, and you're not send her home. Me talk to she about you, she still find your company. Me talk to you about her, you bad me up. All right, sir. Hitman for hire in Jamaica is at a regular 9 to 5 these days. It's like so many people doing it. See? So the man sending killers. Here what? When killers go in, killers didn't know how to differentiate who caught them going in a dark room. Right? So tussling, go on, gunshot and chop. And she was in the bed and she get chopped. They chopped after him and miss. Chop again and chop her. And she was laying on the bed. And they chop her on the side of her face. It was supposed to be him only. She ended up in it with him. Them say frigate, give her a gunshot to them. No witnesses, everybody dead. So it was supposed to be get rid of the boy so I can get back my daughter. Turned into daughter getting accidentally killed as well. Now, let me finish that by saying this again. Street talk. Not factual, because I'm sure that man is probably sitting somewhere right now saying, what the, what's SouFLo talk about though? Don't drag my name like that, brother. I just lose my daughter and know this. So this is not factual. This is not something that's printed in any trusted media source carriers, news carriers. This is street attack. All right, street attack. Read between the lines. We can't talk everything, and we don't. If that's the case, I said before that if that was my daughter, I probably would have done what the streets are saying. Probably would have done what the streets are saying. From a fine a 25-year-old, I check for my 14-year-old, 15-year-old, I'm probably going to do what the streets are saying. I only need to talk to him once to figure out what the fuck is, what's your intention, right? My 15-year-old daughter don't have no reason having no conversation with you. Especially if I tell her to stay away. If I find out that she start buck my rules and she end up at your house, start spending nights, I probably would end up doing what the streets say him do. I don't think, because after watching him talk, I don't think he is that or he did that, but you never know. You don't know. And I'm not swearing for nobody. However, if it was me and my daughter, I probably would go that route. Yeah? Left the little girl and make them grow, man. And I hate the fact how the news media carried it 25-year-old, her boyfriend. What part of a 25-year-old man is a boy? He was found with. This is something you can't take your hand away from and say it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Me don't know that girl there. No, them find her in your bed, daddy. In your bed. So you're a pedophile. Although he was a pedophile, I still somebody picked me that I'm sure they love, but I wouldn't have no love. So leave the little girl and make them grow. And I hate how the news media brings it across. Like it's a natural thing in Jamaica. Him only 25, man. Him not reach 40s yet, so I'm still good. Him in our age group. He's not in her age group. He's not in her age group. That poor little girl had a whole lot of growing up to do, a whole lot of mental maturing to do. And end up with you. You're a big man, right? So boy, if I saw it go, I saw it go. If I saw it go, I almost want to say, may the law not find out that that's how it went, and may things just go how it go. Losing data already, can't bring her back, but in the process, let's call it for what it is, right? That was a pedophile. That was a pedophile. And now we are the same people who say, born pedophile from around here. Yo, one time them find man when molest off the little girl, them fit. Let's have that conversation. Yo, one time them find man, none of them man shouldn't. Yo, you know what we need to do? We need to start running these people out of the community. We need to start speak up and burn them out of the community. We need to chop up them rat and make them come out of the community. That's what people say. And then when they catch one with one, they're like, oh God, them do him terrible. No man, save him life. Yeah, but him never did that much older than she, you know, and then we start reasoning through the thing. So we can't have it both ways. It is what it is. Naturally, that's a natural selection right there. That was karma for me. That was karma. And like I said before, sometimes karma comes around and hits you really, really, really hard. Not the kind of soft blow you expect. Okay, I know why I'm hurting there because I did that to somebody. All right, and you say you're religious stuff on your prayers and God forgive me, and you think you're good and go on again. No, karma act different sometimes. Karma blow through like wildstorm and just tear up your life because of stuff that you did before, right? You're gonna have to hold this because what you did was that deep and it vibrated on a different frequency out in the universe. See that? I come back for you and it hit you like that. This is all about frequency. Anyhow, truth hurts. Who can take it? Of a splurt. Kevin Campbell, exactly. Exactly. It is what it is. If them find my son at 25 in that place there with that little girl there, and them I talk about they were living together as boyfriend and girlfriend and whatever, shock up with my little daughter, and you know I want her to come home, and you not tell her about no, I'm going to daddy yard or go home or nothing, then that's a pedophile. I would have to say he was. I have a son that's a pedophile. I would have to just admit that. So I don't know why people want to go around it, but that's how it go, right? Why? All right. Now the main suspect. Let's really run through quickly two main suspects in the Haitian president assassination found in Jamaica. That one. Yo, Jamaica is festive as hell. This coming like one of them parties that where you pay $20 at the door and go in, and all kind of something going in there. This is, I mean, things always keeping. Things always are happening. How out of all the Caribbean islands and all the places in the world to be, why them end up in a Jamaica though? And why not one, two? And I'm thinking, how many more are there? Bigger than how many more are there that were thought to be involved in the Haitian president assassination? I'm thinking how many other criminals from other countries that are trying to escape long sentencing for murder and anything else like that are actually in Jamaica, operating in Jamaica. And then they're wild because them know say, yo, I'm on the run anyway. I'm on the run anyway. So I not live by no law. So if I say gal, I want gal, I take gal. Right? Who cares? I'm on the run. Boy, I forget dash them way viciously, and these kind of things. I wonder if that could possibly have anything to do with so many of these murders and stuff that's going on the island. I know we do a fair share, but you have to think somewhere there are open avenues heading straight into Jamaica that carries people, guns, drugs, everything back and forth undetected. How else would you explain them two ending up in Jamaica? Two high profile people who the FBI, you know me not call them people their name too often, who the FBI is looking for on a widely publicized event like that. The assassination of a prime minister or a president, sorry, Jovenel Moise. Prime Minister, Jovenel Moise. A prime minister? Yes. How did they end up in Jamaica? What link does Jamaica have to this? What link does Jamaica have to this? That's a question to ask. That's the third suspect from the Haitian president assignment that was in Jamaica. The third, I know of two that have been caught so far. Palacios, who was the Colombian. When you say Colombian, people think, you know, Euro persuasion type, but he's obviously a black man, Colombian, military individual, highly trained, highly skilled. Him, and then John, whatever his name is, the second one that I'm aware of two. The part in the report where they said, this after he was caught, in Jamaica, they said he was photographed with the Colombian diplomat, like he is the, what do you call it now? Ambassador. He was photographed with the Colombian ambassador in Jamaica, shaking hands. And then when it was time for Jamaica to deport him, Haiti said, send him to us. And they put in their paperwork and they sent him to Colombia. They killed the Haitian president in Haiti. Haiti should have first dibs on him as a criminal or an individual who committed a criminal act in their country. They want him back for, to try him and serve some justice. He ended up in Colombia instead. Remember, he was seen in Colombia taking picture. A picture was taken of him shaking hands. This is after he was caught. This is them trying to get him ready now for deportation. Watch the video I put up yesterday where Paula Llewellyn said, as it was printed, Paula Llewellyn said that the Haitian didn't make a strong case when they were requesting him. They didn't list him as a person that was wanted in the murder of Jovenel Moise. They listed him as somebody that was wanted for armed robbery. Michael Spaulding, how could they have possibly been here legally? The Jovenel Moise was assassinated. These guys were in Haiti. These guys ran after their names were put out by all the law enforcement agencies everywhere. They ran. They went into hiding. And they ended up being found in Jamaica. So it was after. Shamar Jackson said, if you do something wrong and you want to get away from the country, you do it. It's a natural you try to go into a country you know it's easy to go into. Well, yes. Yes. And it's easy to go into Jamaica. It's apparently it's easy to go in and out of Jamaica. Listen to me. Me not going like me, I'm no fool. I'm no idiot. Me see people get deported already. I'm going to run back into them again. Right up here. I'm like, oh, you come back fast. Don't say a word. It happens way more than we think. So whatever that route is Flo, are you sure you're not a damn teacher? I feel that vibe. Boy, I don't know enough. I don't know. But yeah, the two main suspects in the assassination of Jovenel Moise in Haiti ends up in Jamaica. So when you hear about how deep corruption runs in Jamaica, you have to look at these things. You have to look at these things. Then you begin to see how tied the hands are of the average law-abiding tax-paying citizen. Because them not have them kind of reach there. Them not have them kind of powers there. This is all beyond us. You know? All beyond us. So we talk about the 79 murders in 16 days. Jesus Christ, man. Just the number alone made me feel like 79 lives. This ain't 79 matches stick get strike off. This ain't 79 piece of bread we throw out to the birds. This is 79 lives in the first 16 days of January. And it came out yesterday on the 16th. So from the 1st to the 16th, 79. And I'm willing to bet it was more. People still are talk about SouFLo. I don't know why I talk about the killing so much in Jamaica, because honestly, here's the mathematics. And 2-point-something million. Remember the brother that called in the other morning is 2-point-something million. And if you divide it by this and then put this over that and that, I don't want to hear no mathematics. 79 murders in 16 days is friggin' alarming. And 97 they reach now. Ross, why? I actually saw one that said 100, but I took the 79 from what I say is a credible source. See? Yo, and we still go to Jamaica, and we still say we have fun, and we still video with vacations, and we still move around on the ground in Jamaica, and we're still not trying to scare nobody. And we're still trying to tell you to invest, and we're still trying to tell you to go back, and we're still trying to tell you to not give up. Still, them something that make it hard. Them something that make it hard. You know, somebody actually said to me, them said, SouFLo, I see you keep encouraging people to go back. I can't win or lose. I can't win for losing or lose to win. If I tell the people them don't go, listen, I keep telling people to go, right? I see people telling me if I talk about what's happening there that's bad, then I'm the villain because I'm trying to make the place look bad. That's why I'm talking about the bad. If I go myself and show them and encourage them to come back and change things or be a part of some effective, positive change, then I'm accused of something else as well. Oh yeah, try to send the people them go kill off themselves. Well, I hope their blood is on your. Somebody actually left a comment. I hope their blood is on your shoulders when you encourage these people to go down there to that place and them end up lose them life. I'm not going down there, etc., etc. So I can't win for losing. I make my stand and I stand with my stand, and that's all I can do. 10 toes down, I'm on my stand. 79 in 16 days is way too much. I not even want to hear about no 97 and no nothing. 15 in 15 days is way too much, because that would imply that one somebody are dead every day for 15 days straight. So I don't know how you think 79 is, that's average, not so bad, and trying to do mathematics for me. Flo, I've been here for 2.5 years now. Just got my US passport, but I'm afraid, big man thing. All right, so Kevin, you've been out of the island for 2 years now. You've been here for 21 years now. And just got, yo, Jamaica way different. If you've been here for 21 years and you have not been back, then you're going back to a whole new place. A whole new. I'll tell you what though, I would encourage you to go because it's way different. No, way different. Everything that's here is there. Up to speed on. But there, Jamaica and get better Wi-Fi every time I go live than I do when I'm in the US. Y'all see how many times we went live and we're like, Are they sabotaging the show? What's going on? How come the Wi-Fi act up again? And we get Wi-Fi acting up for a whole week. When we at Jamaica, in that town, the Wi-Fi is like super fast. I try to put up a 20-minute video, the video go up before me can blink. I'm like, yo. So they have everything there. Pick up your car at the airport. Your GPS takes you anywhere and everywhere. Drive to the roads are better. I'm talking about if you've been here that long, 21 years. But manners change, customs, cultures, norms have changed. You're gonna have to reacclimate yourself, fam. So a part of your fear is being away for so long. Believe it or not. Part of your fear is being away for so long because you've only been fed stuff from the inside, being on the outside. You haven't been able to go in, right? So a part of your fear is that. Me no miss a damn thing. Rika Lusa, me no miss a damn thing. The buffaloes, soldiers, and most of these deaths are not natural deaths or accident deaths. These are likely murders. No, these are murders. Are you thinking I'm talking about traffic accidents? And she said most likely most of these murders, most of these deaths are not natural. No, a murder. Me I talk about Empress. Me I talk about murder. When me say 79 in 16 days, we're not talking about traffic accident. We're not talking about illnesses, diseases, all that. We're talking about straight up murder. Okay. So you just okay. I thought you were thinking, oh, it's 79 deaths and maybe most are murders compared. No, and I'm trying to say anybody who read that, it's all murder. All murder. Jamaica is the new Haiti. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go look up Haiti's murder rate for 2021, and then look up Jamaica. Look up Haiti's murder rate for the past decade, then look up Jamaica's murder rate. Somebody said, "What would Haiti have to do with Jamaica's? What would Jamaica have to do with Haiti's destabilization?" I heard a talk, and again, street talk. I heard a talk that Haiti could be a strong contender for a booming tourism industry. I didn't even know some people go to Haiti on vacation. No. If you want to see white people spread off in the water, enjoy the place. Just like how they used to make us believe that over in Africa, the little picnic them so hungry, then probably I eat them own hand and feed upon them bugos while flies feast on them. And then we start now with modern day age with technology advancing, we start seeing we're like, yo, I can't wait to get to Ghana. That look lit. That's Africa? Nah, yo, I can't wait to go, right? And people are running, I'm gonna know. It's the same thing. It's been painted in our minds that Haiti is like they eat dirt biscuits and they do voodoo, and that's all that Haiti is. And then it's a transatlantic shipping point, shipping point for all illicit things to go through, and that's about it. Criminal gangs everywhere, guns everywhere, they're savages, blah, blah, blah. There are actually some beautiful places in Haiti with some beautiful beaches and pretty peaceful places as well, where nothing don't happen and people not afraid to lose their life. Just like in Jamaica when we go see tourists. I'm going on a long bike ride. I'll pass on a road where me wouldn't walk on. Tourists out there getting my early morning 10-mile cycling in. I just cycle through people place while we there talk about when I go up there sucker. Certain things I'm not just the other day. I know some gunman up there. I got away. No, see towards them here in Jamaica, they don't have a care in the world. Just cycling through. Hi. Same thing is going on in Haiti. All right. So people were saying, yo, if you think Jamaica might have something to do with it, it might be sabotaging them so that they remain in a situation they're in and not a competition for tourism. Because if Haiti could actually fix up their infrastructure, they would have a booming tourism industry and Jamaica would have to share the numbers that Jamaica has now. I know Jamaica, the #1 place to go for everybody. You have vacation time. You go to Jamaica, I'm getting my tickets. How much people dead down there? 100 and what? Okay, I'm still going. Bye. I'm not letting this stop me. Bye. So you think they wouldn't go to Haiti? They would. But that's a talk that's out there. And of course, I know the average Jamaican says, yo, we love Haiti and we love our Haitian brothers and sisters. We wouldn't want none of that for them. And we don't want them to be sabotaged so we can come up and that kind of stuff. See? But we're not the figureheads that rule. We're not the ones that's moving the pieces on the chessboard. And it's always been that way. Like, in order for one to go up, we have to sink another one. So whether this is true or not, it's stuff like this that fuels some kind of, how should I say it now? It's just like when you hear about Trini versus Jamaican and all this. They don't like we don't like them, and you're like, what? I don't know nothing about that. Every Trini I ever met, I was cool with. Matter of fact, I had more Trini friends than Jamaican friends at one point in life, and so on and so forth. But because we're not the figureheads. We're not the one that's moving the pieces on the chessboard. Love to our Haitian people, man. They going through it. We going through it. We and them going through it. But I don't think Haiti is killing off their people at a record number like Jamaica is. So if anything, then Haiti would probably be a safer bet for people who are like, I don't want to go to Jamaica because they kill too many people there, even though it's beautiful. Let's try Haiti. Haitians are run with to Jamaica for better. Run with to Jamaica for. Shamar Jackson says Haitians are running away to Jamaica for a better life. Yeah, they're running away to other places too. They're in Cuba. They're in Dominican Republic. They're just trying to get up out of Haiti. And it's not everybody that's trying to get up out of Haiti now. You got some people that's living really good in Haiti and they not leaving. Just like how in Jamaica, you have people who they hear you do all this talk about murder, this and that, and they're like, my life is good. I don't know what you're talking about. I went out last night freely. I was out enjoying myself. I didn't feel scared. I went home because it's different worlds within the same country, right? The Steady Show. Shout out to Steady Show. Thank you for that donation, and I appreciate you greatly, fam. Live from Ottawa, Canada, capital city. Big up yourself, John World Music. Thank you for being here. And Rhonda Walker says, have a blessed day, y'all. Stay safe. You too, Rhonda, and thank you for being here. All right, so we covered the mother and her autistic child, father of the missing teen, and the 15-year-old. 2 main suspects caught in Jamaica and our murder rate. All right, let's close it out now. We are at, let me see the time, 22. Perfect timing. Let's close this out now, right, with something that's lighter. Let me plug again. My strip down video is coming. And for the brothers that were homophobic, I'm not talking about no strip down video for you. But see, Jamaican men are so funny. Some of them put up pictures online, right, of their businesses and other things they're into, and you want to support them, because them will follow you, so you start follow them back and think that's the kind of person I am. And you go over there, go like a picture, and next thing you hear, me no want no man, personal heart for my picture and like my picture them. Be a girl to me thing. I'm like, me just unfollow. Or because it's not that serious. The strip down video is about fitness. It's about getting back the body that you once had. It's about being in shape for this year, and then summertime come around, roll around them time that when we start being out there, because where I'm at is not under a lockdown. So being out and about, we can be out and about fit. Right? And the whole of we can meet up and greet up on these kind of things. All that is coming, but we're going to get the body fit first. So that's what it's about. And then we'll walk the journey together for those who want to come along. That strip down video goes up at midday, 12 o'clock today. Don't laugh after me. I said it before, I say it again. I'm sensitive. Don't laugh after me. I used to have a chest. I have titties now. I used to have marks in my stomach where the muscles in my belly is showing. Some people call it six-pack. Some people call it other things. Me have like a beer keg now, and I don't drink beer. Me round now, round up. See, me fluffy now. So because that's where I'm at, and I have to do this video to hold myself accountable. Because I don't want to keep on hiding my body and I talk about, yeah man, next year me I go to gym, next year me I go to gym. No, you told people on the platform that this is what you're going to do. They're going to be looking for you to do it. Hold yourself accountable. And if you can't hold yourself accountable, do a backup. Make sure them can hold you accountable. So I don't want nobody see me 6 months from now and be like, boy, SouFlo, you never lose not even a pound. Your face look rounder than before. You're still a yam. You can't control your gut. You just I feed your face every day. So, brother, you get biggie. I don't think you said 2022 was going to be about fitness and all these things. How come you know, I don't want that. So I'm going to be like, boom, boom, boom. So when you see me, you're like, damn, that's a change. Last call for the morning. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning. Don't know. I heard Beyonce. Beyonce. And that me here. And that's on the ear too. I could turn this off and close the video. All right. So, dear SouFlo, this brother says he's leaving his wife because he cheated on her multiple times. Now, this was a phone call. This wasn't written out. Listen to this. And this is how we're going out. We have 4 minutes. Dear SouFlo, he says he's leaving his wife of 9 years because he cheated on her multiple times. But she crossed the line the one time that she cheated in revenge. And he feels like the marriage must end now because she cheated back, even though him get catch already doing it multiple times. See, I asked, then why the problem? Like, why you feel like the marriage will end now because she do what you did do all along. You know, she probably feel hurt all of those times that you did it, and now she feel like say, well, since you're not stop, I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine. And she lick him hard and him ball out because you know when Granny touch her on the back with that whip there and it make you do, yeah, she lick him hard. She lick him hard, so him ball out, and him say him can't take it, right? So him want marriage end now. The one time she go road. Kai, you okay? Okay, daddy finishing up right now. I got my little man with me. So she lick him hard and him ball out. Here what? The cross the line that she crossed the line. We have 3 minutes left. The cross the line that she crossed the line was she did it in their house. And the man I said all the time that he's been doing where my do, cause you know man a man SouFlo, we do what we do. No dog, leave me out of that. Me not go with you. So all the time he been doing what he been doing, he never crossed that line, right? She crossed the line. Kai, what's up? Come, daddy.
She definitely crossed the line.
She crossed the line?
Yeah, she did.
You ready for go ahead, Jim?
I'm getting ready.
Your wife is stepping that boat. She definitely crossed the line.
She definitely crossed the line.
She have on her waist train. Babe, come show them how you go ahead, Jim. Watch her, she have on waist train on these things.
Your toy, your dad's using your toy.
You ready? So why for that?
But
okay, Papa, we got 2 minutes left.
Yeah. You're welcome.
So y'all get ready to go do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
She getting ready to go do her thing, and then I'll go after. So that's what upon now. Gym movements, getting fit and staying fit. Yes, so she crossed the line.
She definitely crossed the line. While I will say him cheating is bad, once you take that into your household, there's no coming away from that. Like you can forgive cheating. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take work. But once you cross the line of actually having someone enter into your house or your space that you and your partner keeps, it's a wrap. It's done because that energy is still going unless you plan to move.
So she
unless you plan.
So she did tear up the sheet them for somebody else.
Yeah. Unless you're planning to move and get a new house or something, that energy is still going to be there.
Ambitious hustler, ambitious hustler, big up yourself. Ambitious hustler, say big man, tick up, Jano Star. Yeah.
But
TikTok save lives.
so,
TikTok saves lives. Yeah, but and that's what I thought too. I thought she crossed the line, but she definitely crossed the line. But
yeah.
is this now? No,
That's
is it fair?
why-
Is it fair to end the marriage now though? Can him get catch enough time, over 9 years them there, him get catch enough time already, right? And she kept staying in the relationship. She kept getting along to get along, and no.
That would be revengeful on his part. If he did it one time and she did it in the house, and he wants to end the marriage now while he did it multiple times over multiple years. No, I don't feel like that's a reason to end their marriage.
Baby, squat down. Yeah, why not go down there? I hope you can get up.
I don't think that's a reason to end the marriage at all. Because he's done it for multiple times over multiple years, and she did it once. And that's the thing with
she do him like Mr. Vegas.
And that's the thing with men egos. Once you hurt their ego, if you and him build a house together, they're gonna tear that house down. Okay? Once you hurt their male ego, it's a wrap.
Watch. Shamar say, me can't take bun. Enough man can't take bun.
Men cannot take bun, okay?
Cause you know you style the thing when you deal with the thing, right? So you can imagine somebody else has style the thing any kind of way, like, oh, you style the thing. You're never gonna look at it the same again. Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
The psychology that men use when they actually have intercourse with a woman, just thinking about the same thing that they did to their partner, that someone else is going to do to their partner, that psychological part alone is hard for them to get over. And that's why
so it's hard for a woman to get over that too.
It's hard for a woman to get over, but we can get over it. But it takes time and work and effort. Unlike y'all, it's a different story with y'all.
Bob Cosmic said, man, take gizzard and not bun.
So.
Yo, what? Stop. Boy, say papaya. Hey, Pop, say goodbye. We're about to go.
Bye-bye. No.
Yeah, well, no. We're going to talk about this a little more later. We're going to leave it right there, because I'm conflicted. I don't know if the brother should end the marriage. I think it's unfair that he should end the marriage, though. But in my house, though, I can't understand, say you do when me do that, though. You lick me back and it hurt me hard. My heart. But in my house, though,
that's like the line.
We have to go finish up on the next one. And you know what? He actually asked that, and so we could do the same and leave like a constructive comment. So y'all trend in the comment section and leave a constructive comment for this brother. He's one of us. He's in the comment sections, and he's gonna be watching the advice that you're giving. Me not done yet. Me have to go work this out with myself first. So I'll leave a comment in the comment section and try to answer as many people as I can on this video. All right. Big up on yourself, manners and respect to each and every one of you, and thank you for being here. It's Money Making Mondays, Motivational Mondays, the start of the week for all of us, or most of us, and we are going to try to make it through another week. All right. Hopefully you'll be here for the ride, and I'll catch you right here tomorrow morning on Morning Thoughts. Right, that's how he crossed the line the first time he cheated. So Mrs. Bell, Mrs. E. Bella said, business how hard you get lick. Yeah, take click, but you cross the line the first time you step out. So anyway, I choose to cross the line. No, I could have back us on the rooftop. It don't matter, right? You start it, me finish it. Take click. And that one. But we're gonna finish this up on the next video. Big up on yourself. I'm out. Peace.